Well, unless you guys have anything to add on the indie or NXT going on, we'll head straight to the main shows.
I mean, if you didn't catch it last night, it has been officially announced.
There's a return too.
There's a major return for SCW Pro, the Hall of Famer, and I mean I'll say kind of Midwest Chicago area standout and legend in Shane Hollister is making his return to the ring for the first time in almost 2 years.
The Shug.
The Shuggy Woogie Bear, Shugtastic, on April 28th. Shane Shug.
Well, who else is going to be at that show? You got the Shug coming back, then also Big Bad Billy Gunn.
Big Bad Billy Gunn.
Hell yeah.
He is a grown-ass adult.
Right. And he points at his butt all the time.
He did say grown-ass adult.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, that's shaping up to be a good show. So he's going to go up against Joey Acer.
Yeah, Joe Acer.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
That'll be a good one.
Shug Ace.
Yeah,
I know.
For a second, I thought you were saying that Billy Gunn was. I'm like, wait, what?
No. You got Shug versus Acer, which both those guys are fast. I'm looking forward to see them like beat the shit out of each other. I said the S word.
So Shug's height to Joe Acer's jumps. Like, do you think he literally like the up and over? He's just gonna like literally jump him, and Shug's not gonna bend down at all.
I hope so.
Which would be hot if Shug Irish whips him, Acer hits the ropes, and Shug like crosses his arms, and Acer like jumps over his head. That'd be fun.
That would be funsies. No, but Epic is shaping up to be a really hot show to call Ballroom. A lot of
April 28th. Call Ballroom.
A lot of hot stuff. Billy Gunn will be there. Shug's return.
That other guy that isn't here tonight in the main event.
Yeah, triple threat with
Kevin Broxpill.
3 of the largest athletes in SCW history. 3 guys who are all over 6'5".
Right. as well as a bunch of graduates from the Black and the Brave Wrestling Academy.
The former Iowa Hawkeye Steve Manders against Sensei Bach for the Quad Cities Cup. Should be a hot one. Manders is on a tear. Yeah. Really just thick. Really reminds me of an Arn Anderson. Like he's just got that thick look to him.
That boy's thick.
He is.
I was saying, don't get excited, Johnny.
Shut up.
Slow down.
He's a thick boy.
Shut up. But yeah, it's gonna be a real barn burner of a show. Check it out.
Don't burn the barn down.
Right.
Oh
right.
yeah.
Don't do it.
That's too much history there.
It's still in use. They got the king of SCW playing for anything yet?
King does what he wants, man.
Yeah, I say I run the place. I do what I want. Not run. I rule. I rule the place.
He will rule you.
Runs house.
Hashtag it's good to be the king. Yeah.
No, but that's really everything from the non-weekly televised main company in America.
There we go.
So I think we can transition into the always fun.
The big guys.
Yeah, I mean the always fun.
The big guys.
Right. Okay. So
the always fun Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's the same crowd from WrestleMania. It's always a hot crowd.
They were very hot this year too.
Was there a beach ball mania this year?
There was some beach ball spots, which I was kind of confused by the fact that one of the beach ball spots happened during the revival. It was the revival versus Anderson and Gallows. I was kind of, because I always, whenever I see the beach ball, I'm thinking, okay, the crowd's bored. They're doing the beach ball because they're bored. But watching the match, it's like, how could you be bored? Like these guys are kind of championing the ring right now.
In all honesty, though, like the match wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything great. Like that match seemed kind of odd to me in that spot because I mean the revival and club could have been a really good match, and it was just like it was just there. Time. It was just there. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. It was a great match, but there was no.
You felt the placement,
the timing. I mean, like
was it a one segment
tag team eliminator match for what's going to go on, which you jumped ahead of. So we'll jump around. So at that part right before that, the bar had just confronted Angle about the titles, and the reason the titles. Now we're going to way back even farther. The reason the titles are not, there's a tournament for it, is because Braun had to relinquish the titles.
Yeah.
Because Nicholas has prior obligations.
It's called fourth grade.
Yes.
So, like, I'm gonna veer off for a quick second. What do you guys feel was the point of taking the titles off of the Bar to put on Braun just to have them up for grabs again?
I felt it was a way of mixing up the tag title situation.
Is it a way to get a way to push a team in there without maybe burying them to the Bar? Like, okay, at WrestleMania 2.0, this greatest Royal Rumble in is it Saudi Arabia?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a way to make that, okay, the Bar is going to do this for the belts and kind of put a team in that position without, as a way to put somebody else in that position?
Well, I think rolling into WrestleMania, I don't think the creative team put too much effort into a storyline with the Bar against an actual established tag team.
Well, that was obvious.
Right. So, and on top of that, they also struggled to find something to go with for Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
So I think that whole situation was maybe playing within the last week leading up into WrestleMania. Like, who can we get to come back with Braun? Shit. We're at the time limit, and then the show comes around. It's like, what about this?
Yeah.
And then bring the kid in. It was a way of getting the belts off of the Bar, and then who knows after this whole tournament. Because the Bar is still set to go against the finalist in the tournament. They face whoever wins the tournament, basically. So who's to say that the finalists don't get to the end of the tournament and everyone's like pumped and then they're behind them, and then they have the match with the Bar and the Bar still pulls it out, and then you add another reign to the Bar who are come back in and go, see, you tried to take the belts off of us, but we got them right back. Haha, we're the best. Screw you guys, we're the best.
Well, who do you think's out of the? So it was a 4-team elimination or tournament. There's only 4 teams in it. Is at least the way they made it sound on Raw. Right. So we know that we just talked about Revival versus Club, and Revival went over in that. And the other match on that then was Matt Hardy and Bray versus Titus Worldwide. And we know that Matt and Bray went over on that.
Right.
So out of this week, then, who do you think is going to be the one that goes against the Bar out of those 2 teams?
I got 2 things on that, and this goes to kind of jumping around for some call ups. There's a rumor floating around that Bray will turn on Matt and be the new leader of an up and coming group you may know of from NXT as Sanity.
Yeah.
Because I think they really haven't done anything with Sanity down there. They kind of had the tag belts.
Yeah, they've been dormant for a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't been as dominant as they were when they first came in. So maybe Bray has been, ploying the whole time, similar to what Daniel Bryan did when he was part of the Wyatt family, and kind of did it to get in and destruct from within. Randy Orton kind of did the same thing. So boom, kind of extends that Great War. Then you can get Brother Nero in there and do all that.
But then also with Jeff coming back on Monday as
so there's one of our returns.
As part of one of the returns for the night. Jeff coming back is being thrust right back into the Intercontinental situation. I'm wondering if they're not just going to keep pushing him as a singles for the time being.
He was the one that got the better singles push just because he's so charismatic and has that larger than life character.
Right.
But now Matt has that larger than life character.
Right. But I don't know, being as fresh as he is with Wyatt, I think they're going to run with that for a little while.
I don't know. I kind of just want to see Bray. I want to see him do something with Bray because they really, his WrestleMania against Randy Orton was just a really weird match. His title run wasn't the hottest thing. I was super pumped to see it. It was a really good character. They didn't do much with it, though. Yeah, just every time they kind of could pull the trigger on it, it felt like they were just like, no.
Right. But for the time being, I feel like there's already so much going on with the main belts, with the main straps, that they may keep Bray with Matt for the time being until that whole mess is kind of vacated a little bit.
Yeah, I personally want to see, as you said, it was Revival and Bray and Matt.
Yeah, those are the 2 teams that are...
I want to see Revival go.
Yeah.
They came out hot, when they made their debut last year. come out against the New Day, who's one of the hottest things going, pushed over the ice cream truck, stomped on it, had a great match. They're just a really good throwback team. They know tag team wrestling. They do tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
And then one of them broke their jaw.
Right.
So he was out.
That was a year ago within the last weekend.
And then they come back. The other one tears a bicep.
Yeah.
So that momentum they had coming in was kind of put to a stop, and they really need a kickstart. And I really think Bar and Revival would
they'd tear it up.
They tear it up, but again, it's WWE, so heel. Is it really going to work a whole lot for them?
But in that,
I mean, to us, it's going to be an awesome match.
But in that, I really think you can turn either one. Or what if all this is leading up to Cesaro turning on Sheamus? Because Sheamus does have a neck thing. I think he's got like the same thing Edge had. Yeah. So he's doing a lot of stuff to try to heal that. And I think that's why they put him in a tag team too.
To take off some of the pressure.
You alleviate some of that. So maybe he turns and Sheamus kind of goes out. Because, if we go and think about it, how many years ago did we watch him dark match here in the Quad Cities against Jamie Noble?
Yeah.
You don't think about it, but this man has been in the WWE for 10 years now?
Yeah. Just about.
It's been quite a while, and he has a killer resume. King of the Ring, Money in the Bank.
Well, and also you hear all these interviews with Cesaro and that kind of thing, and a lot of the promos from when he got drafted. I can't remember if he got drafted to Raw or SmackDown, but he got drafted, and even in a backstage interview, he's kind of like, I can do better than what I'm being given.
Yeah, I remember what you were talking about.
Yeah, I could see him turning on Sheamus, and Sheamus being out for a while, and the Cesaro being in, say, the Intercontinental title picture.
I mean, or even with this shakeup, they probably won't do anything with it, but him being a big name talent that somehow ends up on SmackDown.
But how hot would that be in, say, like a four corner, AJ, Daniel Bryan, Nakamura, and Cesaro? That'd be like a independent wrestling like dream match.
On the other hand, the same independent dream match you already brought up a little bit ago, Cesaro, Rollins, Balor.
Right, exactly.
I mean, so either way,
even Miz getting back, if he gets back in there, like Miz is just such a solid worker and has such a solid character, it would be killer. Like right now, the WWE's air quotes again, mid-card guys are easily main eventers.
Right, absolutely.
Like people crap on the Miz. I know your wife hates him.
It's because she just remembers him from
when
she was 13 years old and he was on New Day.
Right.
Or not New Day, New World. Real World, New World. Rules. I don't watch that crap. So.
But, he needs to get, like, I'd love to see him in that IC picture, but he's ready to move up.
Well, that's the thing. You can hate the guy because of his gimmick and the character he portrays on TV all day long, but I mean, the facts show he's been one of the hardest working guys that's been there, and
he doesn't get injured.
Right, he doesn't
does the media.
Yeah,
he's killer on the mic, gets the heat, has the catchphrases, has the merch, has the look.
Well, you saw how he interacts with the kid from the Hall of Fame, the kid that won the Warrior Award. Yeah, like he's got that rapport. Like he knows how to work the mic. He knows how to work the crowd to get them to hate him.
Yeah.
Like, sure, maybe don't push him as a face. Okay. But if you push him as a heel, you're like, your money's already coming back to you tenfold.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing the work. He's doing the business.
Yeah. But that's the problem with where they're at with the Universal title. Like, they got to do some shuffling around.
Yeah.
Because anybody, Brock or Reigns, will be the heel out of that, and Miz is just a way better heel.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
So that's the tag teams.
Yeah.
What else we got, gentlemen?
Yeah. So, I mean, we can go back to the beginning of the show. Very beginning of the show, Stephanie comes out, and she calls out Ronda. You guys watched this, right?
Yeah. I haven't.
You watched that part? So
yeah, I mean, just between work and stuff, I haven't had a chance to get caught up.
Well, we got you.
So essentially, she like kind of says you're the better person and everything. You're glad you're here, everything else, welcoming her and everything, and then Ronda puts her in the armbar again. Kind of left us at that pretty much. I mean, that's the gist of the whole segment.
Yeah, well,
Stephanie painted the picture of like like, let's let bygones be bygones,
and we can work together.